Ryan Smith is 18 and autistic. He has problems with social interaction and changes in his normal routine. Despite that, both he and his parents, Sandra and Gary, hope he will go on to further education.
Do you want to go to college, Ryan, staying over and being away from Mum and Dad?
Yeah.
Why do you want to go to college?
To work.
And?
I want to see what else I can try.
Ryan has a younger brother called Luke, who is also autistic, and the condition has meant dramatic changes to the way the family lives.
Because it's a developmental disorder, you don't know when they're going to suddenly start, for example, using the toilet, start speaking, if they can speak, look at you, give you a hug, or scream the place down, and actually be in a supermarket and have somebody shout out, for heaven's sake, shut up that crying kid. People do not understand. The reason that they do not understand is that it is an invisible disability.
Autism is a lifelong developmental condition that affects the way a person communicates with and relates to the world around them. It's a spectrum condition, which means that while everyone on the spectrum will have difficulties with social imagination, social communication and social interaction, they will still be affected in different ways by their autism.
Beechwood College caters for autistic people between the ages of 16 and 25. It opened in 2004 and was the first centre of its kind in Wales.
We offer a very multidisciplinary approach to education, so students are supported for both their social development, their clinical and medical needs, as well as their education and personal development. Our key objective and our aim for the college is to empower students to play a much more active role within their future developments and, where possible, develop the transferable life skills that they will require to live more independently post-Beechwood.
For the college, one of the main problems is the time it takes to approve funding for a placement.
Yeah, the time period often associated with gaining the funding for a student to start is very sporadic. It can vary from one authority to the next. Generally within Wales we assess students and we submit support reports by January of each year for a September intake. Unfortunately we don't always get confirmation of funding until much later into the term, quite often falling within the school holiday period, and so formulating a transition is very difficult.
Patchy provision and poor communication mean young people with autism aren't getting the support they need in further education, according to a National Assembly for Wales report. The Cross-Party Enterprise and Learning Committee inquiry found that there is still a major gap between strategy and policy for people with autism within further education and provision on the ground.
Well, it is about the transition period when the young person with autism has to transfer from the secondary school into further education. There's a lot of work that needs to be done here in terms of getting better coordination, quicker decision making, because that is a very stressful time at the best of times. But I would urge the Welsh Assembly Government to look at the methodology we have here so that the individual is better placed, better prepared to make that very important transition.
The committee makes 19 recommendations for the Welsh Government to improve specialist provision for people with autism in further education. They include improving data collection to establish exactly how many people there are with autism in Wales in order to plan more effectively for further education provision, providing senior level transition workers for all young people in Wales with autism from the age of 14 onwards, ensuring the parents of young people with autism spectrum disorder can make applications for funding for specialist placements 12 months before the start of the college term, and that they receive notification of the decision on their funding place by March 31st, and improving an understanding about autism spectrum disorder among employers, college staff and students in Careers Wales. The full report can be viewed and downloaded from our website www.assemblywales.org.